How much does probate cost in Arizona? So I'm attorney Rilus Dana, and in this video I'll be discussing how much probate costs in Arizona. Well, it depends. Of course, that's the attorney answer, right? In order to give you a clear answer on what probate costs, we need to first figure out what probate is. I'll talk about how long it is, and then I'm going to talk about some probate alternatives. So to figure out what it costs, we need to figure out if you actually need probate. So probate is a judicial process where the courts legally authenticate a last will and testament and appoint a personal representative to manage the estate. So in this example here, we got Mr. and Mrs. Estate. She passes. Now Mr. Estate's the beneficiary of the life insurance, so he collects that without any issues. He's the joint owner on the house, so no problem there. But we have this bank account just in the name of Mrs. Estate. What happens to that? So a last will and testament, they had one, and it says that Mr. Estate is the beneficiary and the personal representative. But if he goes into the bank, if he walks into Wells Fargo and tries to collect the account just in the name of Mrs. Estate, that's when they're going to tell him that he needs a probate. So probate is a process to authenticate the last will and testament, and it's where the personal representative gets appointed. Now, this video is about cost, but the reason we want to avoid probate, it's not just the cost, it's that it's time consuming. Usually people set up an estate plan to save their family from the time and the hassle of probate, not just the cost. So wanted to mention that, although I am going to talk about the cost in this video. So if there's no will, it's called intestate. And we just look at the state law to figure out who the beneficiaries are and who has priority to serve as the personal representative. If there's no family, then it's going to go to the state. So you need to find the closest family member. It comes up a lot. People are like, well, what if they had no family at all? Then what happens? Well, you're not going to get the money. It's going to go to the state. So track down relatives, see what you can do to hire, maybe you got to hire an investigator to find the nearest relatives. How long is probate? So 2 questions to this. The first question is, how long does it take to get the authority? And then how long does it take to complete the probate process? So to get the authority as a personal representative, the first step is you got to hire an attorney or someone to help you do the probate application. And then once we file that probate application with the court, it sits there for 2 to 6 weeks until they approve it. Now, once they approve it, they're going to issue the PR letters. That's when you have the authority to sell the house or collect the accounts in the name of the deceased. So you're looking at about 4 to 9 weeks to get that authority. Now, the rest of probate, after you get the authority, there's some other steps. You got to publish in the newspaper, start a 4-month creditor period. During that time, we notify known creditors, collect all the assets, settle valid creditor claims, and then you can send an accounting to the beneficiaries and then make the final distribution. So all of that usually takes about 9 to 12 months at least. And then depending on the types of asset, it could take longer.